Hello, hello, superstars. Welcome to another episode of As Coach V. So excited to be here this wonderful day to bring you guys some value, energy, and tactics. And I'm here with the amazing Coach Ivon Martin. Hi, Coach.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? Yeah, everyone, you heard her. We're here for another episode of Ask Coach V. For those of you that know, sit back, relax. It's going to be a great episode. If you're new to us, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the show where we do exactly what the title says. We ask Coach V. So I go out there and I see what are agents talking about, what are agents saying, if agents ask us questions, anything that comes up, I take those questions and I bring them to Coach V, who you guys know, of course, is a top producing agent, coach. She's done it all. She's been there. She has that insider knowledge, but also now she has the benefit of, that 30,000 foot view, right? Helping other agents, seeing what they're going on. So it's a really good opportunity for us to talk about what's going on and really share some value, right, Coach? So are you ready to get into it?
Exactly. I'm ready. I just want to say, listen, we appreciate you. We know you're busy. Your life has so many things going on. You have so many projects to do. So we appreciate your time. And I am your friend. I'm here to help you with Coach Yvonne to take you to another level. So whether you 40 years in the business, like some of our clients, or brand new, like some of our clients, there's always another level to go, and you're going to learn a lot today. So pay attention, take some notes, and let's get it started.
All right, let's do it. So let's look at our first question here. This one was posted by some user, an anonymous user in a Facebook group. It's not incendiary or crazy or anything like that, Coach. Sometimes when they go anonymous, they say some crazy stuff. But this is a pretty good question, and I think it's a topic that always comes up and honestly always needs to be addressed. So I'm going to share my screen here and let's just read it. So the person said, what is the best lead gen source you have found that is actually successful? So anyone who's ever been in business, anyone who's ever been an agent, this is a question that's come across your head, right? And this is something that you probably think about all the time. And honestly, if you're not thinking about it all the time, you should be, because you should always be looking at what you're doing and what's working. So, Coach, I know there's a lot that goes into this question, but in a general way, let's kind of approach this one because I want to give people some direction. I think there's some people that are really lost out there, and this is a big question I think we can start to tackle today. So, Coach, what is the best lead gen source you found that's actually successful?
What a great question, Coach. And you're right. We should be asking ourselves, where should I put my time, my energy, my effort? What works the best? So congratulations for questioning that. Let me be very clear. Nothing, no lead source is more important than your book of business, than your people, your database. And that means your past client, sphere of influence. Everybody know, everybody, your husband, wife, your partner knows, and your vendors, your photographer, videographers, because they also should be doing business with you when you bring them value and you also share business with them. So your database is the number one. Is your book of business. They come to you already have sold. Some of them already love you. Some of them already like you, right, Coach? There's nothing more important. Now, the other ones are important. We're going to talk about more. But what are your thoughts about that, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those like kind of obviously, but people don't think about it that way, right? Like you might be watching this and going, yeah, well, of course, but that doesn't even count. I'm talking about like lead sources, not repeat and referral, not past clients. I'm talking about lead sources, but it's like, guys, no, like that your database is a lead source and it is your number one. And I think that that's something that people don't really think about is that, okay, like I'm going to go after online leads, or I'm going to do open houses, or I'm going to farm, or whatever lead source. People, even if they don't do it, Coach, people kind of get like, okay, I need to have a process. I need to do the certain actions for that lead source to get the business from that lead source. But people don't really think about their database that way. They just like, oh, I have these numbers and names and people, and sometimes they show up and do business with me, and that's great. But they're not really working it like a lead source.
Yeah. You know why, Coach? Lack of business maturity, also lack of clarity. Because you see, like you said, and also some limiting beliefs. I see it all the time as a master coach, as someone who's been coaching since 2001, decades, thousands of people. I can tell you, many agents rather talk to a stranger than their past client, sphere of influence, friends. And that's a limitation and that is a thought. Oh, you know what?
Why do you think that is, Coach?
Oh, such a great question. Many reasons. I believe one of the reasons is I don't want to bother them. They know me. They know I'm there. If they need me, they call me. I think it's a little bit of a complacency or maybe even a taking for granted attitude. They're my friends. They're my family. Jeez, they should do business with me.
Yeah,
It's one
or
thing.
maybe like if they're not ready to do business and I call them, then I'm bothering them, right?
Exactly. Now the other one is the story, right? You limited believe your story. Well, I'm gonna bother them. Oh, they're gonna think I'm needy. Oh, they're gonna think I'm desperate. I'm gonna look back bad. Again, fear. Fear of looking bad, fear of rejection, fear of not knowing what to say. So number one things, they don't call for lack of clarity and lack of business maturity. They don't know, they don't understand that your database, your repeated referral is the easiest way to get business because they already know you, they're already there. You already have the name and number. And second is the fear, the stories, the BS we tell ourselves. So our database is the most important, is the easiest one, is the one that you have, you don't need a lot of money, right? By following the system, the proven system that made me a millionaire with my database between the call, text, and emails and some events, my gosh, it's ridiculously less expensive. So I want to go back to the database, but I just want to say regarding the other ones, every lead source, of course, database is number one that you choose right now. If you are putting together your business plan, whatever you're doing, or revising your approach, every lead source works, and they all good. For sale by owner, I helped one agent right here in Orange County to get 1 to 2 for sale by owners listing per month. Expired. I helped agents in Hawaii, like Devon Trial, like Martha right now, who already got almost, I think, 7 expired listings this year, 2024. So online leads, I have clients that sell 3. So again, everything works. My farm, I got a lot of business for my farm. So every lead source works when you have the system, the skills, the right approach, and the right tactics. Isn't it true, Coach?
Yeah, exactly, right? And I think it also begs the point that, guys, remember, every other lead source builds your database, right? And I think people don't think of it that way because they think, okay, I have repeat and referral. They think of repeat and referral. And then they're like, okay, I'm going to go do these other things. But remember, like any successful person that you connect with goes into your database and now you're working your database. So let's just do this, Coach. Let's go ahead and say flat out, number one, most effective lead source that works is your database when you actually work it, right?
Exactly.
Because Coach, we've all seen agents that like they've been in the business for 25 years. They're pretty gregarious. They talk to people. They do decent work when they do business, but they don't do anything with their database, right? They're not like actively doing events or networking or mailers or emails or calls or texts, any of that stuff. They still will have probably most of their business being repeat and referral just because of the time growing the database with the other lead sources. So imagine if they're actively working it.
Yeah.
So let's do this, Coach. You just laid it out there, right? Database is the number one. Now, that being said, all the other ones do work if you work them well. Are there any in particular that if you're talking to some agent out there that's like, okay, I get it, database. Now I want to go after another lead source. What are some ones that I should like focus on, or what are some ones that are more important? Are there any that jump out at you?
Great question. So I will tell you the core lead sources that you should work because first of all, just like the database is easier, is relatively free, and also it's the greatest way to build your database, your CRM. So you have this beautiful beast to create repeated referral. One is open house. My gosh. You know, you put some signs, you call some people, do a video in front of the house, and you there with energy, skill, enthusiasm, and passion. You set appointments. You know, you don't spend a lot of money, and the time is well spent, and you build your database, and you get your appointments, and so the open house is awesome. Made me a lot of money too. Another one the rest actually work with what you do best. Networking is huge. See, when I started real estate, I was in a new city. I probably knew 30 people. I had 2 kids under 5 years old, right? You were 3.5 when I started. Peter was 4.5. And I knew I needed to create my database, my tribe. So I wanted to have the repeated referral, the warm business. So I started networking. I was in the Rotary Club. I was in the gym working out. I was in Women Business Network. I started participating on the chamber. Again, networking. Again, free. One of my clients in New York, tons of business, best listings from his networking with his clubs. Another one that's worked really well, farm. Oh, coach, but I don't have money to farm. Guys, my farm, where I started was my area, where I lived, is how I got my first listing. And guess what I did? We teach you guys now the systems really well, how to do it, what I learned, and I teach a lot of top producers. But in the beginning, I did all sweat equity. I put the flyers on the front door, twice a month. And that's how Mrs. Springer, Mrs. Springer called me and she said, I'm thinking about moving, come and talk to me. And I went over there, I didn't even know much of anything. I was so new and naive, but I got the listing. So again, look, work on the core, but also work on what you love. Because coach, what happens when we do what we are already good at it, what we love and like? What happens?
You do it better.
You do it better, you do it well, it's easier. So if you like to be out and about and door knock, go door knock. It's now social media also is
and
free.
coach, I think that this kind of is an important point to make, is that, look, there's been a shift in recent years that when people think about, lead sources or lead generating activities, or let's just say lead sources, people think of, what is a service I can pay for? What is a program I can download? What is a company that is going to be a one-stop shop that all I have to do is sign up for this and I'm going to get good qualified leads that I can convert every time. But we know that, the reality is that it's not that, right? Certain services out there can be a good lead source, right? Which all kind of fall under online leads, leads you pay for on the internet. But that's like one aspect of the business. So it's less about, I just need to find that one thing online and I'm going to sign up for, and all of a sudden I'm going to have all these leads. Because the other part of it is, and you started to bring it up, talking about what you're good at, what you excel at, what you enjoy, is if you go out to do a certain lead source and you don't have the skills to perform, you're not going to do well, right? Like if you sign up for an online lead service and they start giving you a bunch of leads, but you don't know the scripts and you don't know how to close on the phone and you don't know how to set the appointment, you're just wasting money. So it really all goes back to what you said in the beginning of, they all work if you work them right.
Exactly. So you know what, everyone, I want to share this with you guys. One of my goals for 2025 actually is a two-part goals. One is master myself to another level, more consistency, more focus, more persistence, more optimism, right? More abundant thinking, right? And the other one is upgrade immensely my ability and my skills, because that's how you are able to influence, present, lead. So when my clients come to me, I just want to get leads. What source should I buy leads? And I said, darling, that's a great thing. And I can teach you how to lead generate. And I can also teach you the best ones, because, I got, for example, Adam and Connie to convert 25% of online leads. Coach, did you know that the average agent convert less than 1% on online leads? You know that, right?
Online leads are tough, guys. So
Yeah.
that's why we always tell you, work with your database, build your database, do these lead sources before you start spending money.
So National Association said that. So of course, when Adam came to me, he said the same thing. They don't work. I'm buying online leads and the work is a waste of time, money, and energy. I said, darling, it works. We need to upgrade your mindset, your approach, and then put the systems in place to follow up and upgrade your skills for conversion. So let me share this with you guys. Whether you're doing Expire, for sale by owner, non-owner occupied, foreclosure, database, whatever you're doing, conversion is in direct proportion of your level of skills. So that's why when the people say, let me lead generate, great, we're going to teach you how to lead generate organic and paid attraction, right? Yeah, buy leads. If you don't have enough leads and you already hit your database, you're doing open house, you already master doing well 3 lead sources, add online lead, because we do it. We know it works. If you have the skills and you have the right approach, the right tonality, the right mindset, and of course the right dialogue and the systems to follow up, because it takes a lot of work. We do Facebook ads. We're doing many others. We now starting YouTube ads. So it works, but if you don't know what to do, it's painful. And if you don't know how to do it, you fail. So again, mindset, skills, strategies, and of course you have to know the conversion comes from that. So they all work, Coach Ivon. I get so excited about this.
So to answer the question, right? Let's go back. What was the question? What is a good lead source out there that actually works? Let's just give a simple answer first, which is your number one best lead source has to be your
Always.
database.
Yeah.
Okay. The second answer is they can all work if you have the right skills, the right approach. So let's think of it this way. I'm going to give what I think, Coach, were my big takeaways before we go to the next question. The first one is your database. Let's actually look at it as a lead source. Okay. It's not just, maybe a past client will call, maybe they'll give me a referral. Let's actually think, what am I doing every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year to generate business with my database? Great. That's a lead source. Check. Now let's look at our next lead source that we're going to do. And let's make sure we have a system in place we're doing there.
Yeah.
And remember, those are building the database. Guys, if you just build your database consistently and then work your database consistently, you'll be ahead of 99% of agents.
Yeah, so but I want to go a little deeper here, Coach. I know we have another question, but I just want to let you know, all of you, listen, the reason you're not succeeding in your database, I was talking to an agent this week, and she said, Coach, I have a lot of people in my database, but I only sold two homes this year for my database. I said, I appreciate what you're saying. Thank you for being honest with me. You know what your numbers are telling me? Because you see, numbers don't lie, and numbers tell your story. Your numbers are telling me if you have 400 people in your database and you only sold 2 homes from your database, means you only got 2 repeat and referral, means you don't have a system that's procuring, touching them, giving them value, giving them trust, and providing service. You don't have a system to nurture the database. And you also, when you talk to them, you don't know how to build a rapport, build the trust, and then set appointment. So you don't know how to set appointment, because if you have 400 people in your database, I said, guys, we had a client with 400 people in his database, past clients, few influencer vendors, selling 65 homes per year. So if you're not getting the result, if your return on investment is not even 10% of your database, you lack in the system, the structure, the skills, and the approach, because your minimum should be 10%. 10%. So if I have 300 people in my database, past clients, field of influence, my return on investment, time and energy should be minimum 10%. That's 30 deals. So look at you guys right now. Look at how many people have in your CRM, database, past clients, field of influence, and new vendors. How many are you getting from that? Just that lead source. That's what you should be triple down right now. More nurturing, more love, more insights, more trends. Follow our system. We make you rich. Next
there you
question.
Go. Well, speaking of, our systems and helping our clients, our next question actually comes from a client of ours. So, we coach a lot of agents, guys, all over the country at all levels of production. We have agents that come to us right after they got their license and we help them hit the ground running. We have agents that come to us deep into their careers and they want help opening new offices, right? So we work with
very quickly, coach, also, we have people that come to us. I want to add this because sometimes they think I don't need a coach. Look, we have clients that come to us 30 years in the business and they're already doing $1 million in gross commission, but they say, Coach, I'm doing $1 million. I want to build a team and I want to build a life. And can I do the same what I have right now in GCI, but work 3 days only, 4 days? So remember, it's not only money, it's also more time and energy. Go ahead, Coach.
Exactly. So the reason I'm saying we have agents at all levels of production is because our next question that we're going to answer is actually from one of our clients. So they reached out with this question for us to talk about it. And so I'm just going to say exactly what they've said, exactly what they wrote, and we'll pose this question to Coach V. So they said one of the things that they wanted to hear about, what they wanted an answer for, is how to believe in myself as the agent I want to be. How to believe in myself as the agent I want to be. So I think you guys can all agree that the agent we want to be, yes, it's a little different for everyone, but in general, you want to be that top producing agent. You want to earn what you want to earn, do it on your terms, have the life that you want. So, this agent wants to know, how can they believe in themselves to become that agent that they want to be?
Oh, I love the question. And it's so deep too, right, Coach? We can go in many directions and we can talk about this for 3 hours. First of all, have clarity. What is the agent you want to be? Do you want to be a top listing agent? Or do you want to be an amazing buyer agent that converts everything? Or do you want to, what do you want to be? Maybe you want to be, I want to be #1 agent in my office, right? So define clearly specific, who do you want it to be? So you can have the picture in your mind, in your heart, in your nervous system of the agent you want to be, because you can achieve a target that we don't know. So tell me who you want to be. Define clearly who you want to be. Now ask yourself, what is the limiting beliefs that I have that I'm doing consciously? And we know subconsciously is even bigger. Subconsciously stopping me from being the agent.
So Coach, let's say the agent I want to be is, like you said, I want to be the top agent in my office, what are some of the limiting beliefs that might be stopping an agent from getting there?
It's too hard. And to be at the top agent, I probably have to kill myself and lose myself or lose my family. I don't know if I can do that. And many times they think that even subconsciously, Ivon, coach. And that's the problem. They might be saying here, I'm gonna be number one, I'm gonna be number one, I'm gonna be number one. But when they are tired or half asleep or not even realize vigilant, they're like, who do you think? Internally, the self-talk is, who do you think you are? That's gonna take a lot of time. You're not ready. That takes a lot of commitment. That's hard. You know what? I don't learn very fast as Mary does, and they have the self talk, and it's the limited beliefs that's stopping them from seeing themselves. And if you don't see yourself, if you don't believe you can do it, Yvonne, coach, what do you think? Are you gonna really perform? Are you really gonna do it when it hurts?
No, of course
Yes.
not. And it's also it's not only the limiting beliefs about yourself, right? It's not only, oh, I can't do it, or I'm not good enough or smart enough, or I don't have the energy. It's also the stuff people tell themselves to kind of protect themselves and save themselves from going, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
if I were to
Ego.
do that, if I were to, to produce at that level and have time off, I would have to, build a team, and I don't want to manage people. Managing people is this, or, oh, it's too much to do this, or it's annoying to do that, right? People also tell themselves not just limiting beliefs about themselves, but about the business model or about the structure or about, whatever
Exactly.
it is. So that's why I think it's good, the point you made about having clarity, because, hey, if your ideal agent isn't to have a team, that's okay. But if your ideal agent is, hey, I want to make 2 million in GCI and take 4 months off a year, you better believe you need a team to support you, right?
Exactly.
So we got to
Yeah.
see, like, is it in line with what I actually want to do and what I want to be?
So that's two parts. So number one part is your beliefs has to be aligned with your goal, what the agent want to be. Your beliefs, because if you're thinking, I'm gonna do it, but internally it's gonna take a lot of time. And also, like you said, is the self-talk like maybe this is not for me, and I don't want to do that. I don't have the money, I don't have the help, I don't have the support, right? I don't have money for the coach right now. So again, your limited beliefs, what you say, whether you can or you can't, will determine if we move ahead. So you can, unless you decide and really work on your limited beliefs. So part two is the structure and the habit. The structure and habit, because I can believe and I believe, and I am in my the inside my body, my soul, I believe I'm one of the best coaches on the planet. But if I don't keep also working on myself, improving and learning and studying, go to the next level, very soon it started the process of decaying and declining, and that goes to mediocrity. So my habits every day, I work on myself an hour and a half to 2 hours in the morning. I work on myself for half an hour in the afternoon. I work myself, so I have a morning routine, a midday routine. So I'm studying, I'm learning. I have two coaches. So again, does your routine, does your habit support your goals? Is aligned with your goals? Like if you are thinking, I want to be number one, but you never spend time on building revenue. You see, the office, everything is based on GCI. Number one agent is the person who brings the highest amount of GCI to the office. So if you want to be number one, you got to have the highest amount of GCI. So if the GCI for you to be number one is 800,000 or $1 million in your office, most office is more than that, and you never spend time on having conversations, setting appointments. You never do the steps daily, consistently, that will generate the business to have the cash flow, the business. How are you going to be number one? So again, they have to be aligned, right, Coach?
So coach, so I'm
beliefs.
hearing here, step number one is get some clarity. You say, I want to believe in myself and the agent I want to be. Let's get some clarity. What is that agent I want to be?
Yeah,
Step
define
number
it.
two, let's examine our beliefs, because our beliefs need to be in line with that goal.
Yeah,
Get rid of
change
the
the
limiting
belief. Yeah.
beliefs, replace them with the new empowering beliefs, right? Step number three is, okay, our beliefs are in line with the goal. Now is our structure and our actions in line with that
Habits.
goal as well?
Exactly. So you need more accountability. Who is mentoring you? I'm telling you, and I'll say for sure, if you don't have a coach, you're out of your mind, because unless you're going to stagnate, you're going to go to a point that you don't even know what you don't know. So you need a coach to bounce ideas. You need a coach to show you what to do, to bring you in when you derail, and also push you to the next level. I'll tell you right away, when I first started real estate, my goal, my affirmation, my belief is, first of all, I can be number one. See, my belief was completely with certainty. Say certainty.
Well, and coach, I was about to say, that, you know, ultimately now we're talking about how to actually achieve it, right? And the
Right.
question was, you know, how do I believe in it? And I think it's like what you just said right now is, you know, I had certainty that I could do it. And that's really, it's that decision, right? You have to
Yeah.
decide to
Oh, you're
believe it
so
and that
right,
you can
coach.
really
Start
do
with the
it.
decision. First of all, say who I want to be. I want to be a listening machine. I want to be a listening machine. Okay, that's what I want to be. Okay, do I believe that? What is my beliefs about that? If let's destroy the self-limiting beliefs, let's replace, and again, do the affirmation. 5 times a day, I said, I listen to one home a week. I listen to one home a week. It was my affirmation at the beginning. Then I changed it to, I listen to one home a day. I listen to one home a day. I got a point that I said in a home every other day. So again, you got to believe it. You got to decide, believe, and then get rid of the stories, the excuses. They call the limited beliefs, right? And then put the habits in place, up the accountability, have more support, have more coaching, have more training, get your tribe like we have, a tribe to support each other, and then the kick ass. You follow, go up. You follow 5 times, you get up 6. You follow, and just keep persisting.
You
And
fall,
put
right, coach?
you fall, yeah, just what I meant. And put your vision in front of you. Put your dream board in front of you, and just keep going. Keep going. Isn't this beautiful, coach?
It is. And guys, if you're liking this, if you're getting some good stuff from this about lead sources, about mindset, we cover it all on this. So make sure you subscribe so you catch
Oh,
the next
yes.
episode. Hit that like button because it helps us get out there and share this with someone you care about. Share this with someone who you want to believe in themselves, who you want to know that they can do it because they can do it and you can too. Right, coach?
They can do it and you can do it. I did. I see on my clients all different ages, places, time. You can do it. Believe, decide, or decide, believe, put the structure in place, learn the skills, and let's do this. So do me a favor. Yes, like Coach Ivon said, share this with someone because it would mean the world to us. Is how we help people, and you can do it too. So go right now. Share your love, your light, your magic, and go touch your database and let them know how much you care and you have here everything that they need to help them. Do a service for your people. So thank you again, Coach Yvonne. And you guys, I see you next time and be amazing. Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thanks, guys. See you on the next Ask Coach V.